If your husband was unfaithful, you're probably trying to figure out if he's truly remorseful or if he's just going to hurt you again. And while discovering that your husband has cheated is a gut-wrenching experience on its own, knowing if he genuinely regrets his actions can end up consuming your every thought, preventing you from truly healing and moving forward. While it's natural to blame your husband for the pain and turmoil in your life, focusing solely on his actions and what he's doing to prove he's sorry won't bring you the peace and healing you deserve. Consider my client Maggie. Prior to our collaboration, she firmly believed that her marriage had reached its end. Upon discovering her husband's infidelity, she attempted various approaches to address the situation. She engaged in conversations with him, posed questions, presented a list of acceptable and unacceptable behaviors, and even set booby traps in hopes of catching him in a lie or confirming his honesty. She expected his responses to reflect genuine remorse, a visual and emotional display of regret. During our initial conversation, Maggie mentioned a particular evening when they sat down and had a meaningful, healing discussion. However, despite the progress they made, she couldn't resist delving deeper into his actions. Questions such as, "Are you genuinely sorry?" and "Why did you do this in the first place?" emerged, eroding any potential progress they had made. This pattern persisted for 2 years as her desire to experience his remorse compelled her to continually seek validation, leaving her unable to fully trust anything. The growing divide between them led her to believe that their marriage was beyond repair. Interestingly, she stumbled upon my post on Instagram during a moment of anger, and her reaction was to throw her phone across the room. She questioned why she, rather than her husband, had to bear the burden of healing in order to gauge his remorse. However, something stirred within her, prompting her to explore further. After we began working together, Maggie experienced a remarkable transformation. In as little as 90 days, she freed herself from the cycle of uncertainty regarding her husband's remorse, and they are now happily together with a renewed sense of trust and connection. In this video, we'll explore how taking charge of your own healing journey, just like Maggie did, is the key to overcoming resentment, anger, and the constant ruminating thoughts about what your husband is or isn't doing to prove he's changed. Step 1, acknowledge what you can and cannot control. The first step in your healing journey is to accept that you cannot control your husband's actions or decisions. Giving him strict guidelines and boundaries will only lead to a stressful, controlling relationship that's not healthy for either person. Instead, focus on the aspects of your life that you do have control over, such as your reactions, emotions, and healing. This mindset can be both liberating and empowering, as it allows you to take responsibility for your own well-being instead of letting someone else control your level of happiness. Step 2, shift your focus inward. To truly heal, concentrate on nurturing your emotional well-being rather than obsessing over your husband's behavior. The constant triggers, anxiety, and urge to snoop are all symptoms of emotional trauma and the toll it takes on your nervous system. And if you don't take the important step of clearing the emotional trauma from your body, the trauma cells will continue to replicate, which means months and even years later, these same feelings will become even stronger as the time goes on, which will put more strain on your marriage and your own well-being. By prioritizing your own healing first, you'll be able to assess your marriage with clarity and self-trust, which means you'll easily be able to tell if your husband is being genuine or not. Up until now, part of the problem has been that you just don't know if you can trust him or not because you've been questioning your own intuition and your gut instincts have been off, right? This is what happens when you're trying to process emotional trauma. Nothing makes sense and you end up stuck in your head instead of healing your heart. But you don't need to live in this place. In fact, I put together a free masterclass that maps out exactly what to do in order to release emotional trauma from your body and heal your marriage. If you'd like that training, just click the masterclass link in the show notes. Now, let's talk about step 3, rebuilding your sense of self-worth. Infidelity can take a big toll on our confidence and leave us questioning our value and self-worth. It's essential to remind yourself that your worth is not determined by your husband's actions. Engage in activities that boost your confidence and self-esteem, and surround yourself with supportive people you can count on. Having a core support network during this time makes a huge difference in the healing process. I've seen how powerful it can be time and time again with the women inside my Beyond Breath coaching program. I offer my clients lifetime access to the community because I've personally witnessed the benefit of being surrounded by women who are on the same path of healing from infidelity. There's no judgment, only support. So remember, as you navigate through this difficult time, suffering does not need to be part of your story any longer. There are ways to heal quickly so you can get back to who you were before this happened. And you don't have to do it alone either. I'm here to support you every step of the way. And if you found this video helpful, I recommend checking out my recent training called How to Forgive After Infidelity. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this.